We often think that we have to rewire our subconscious mind in order to manifest the things that we want to see in our experience, but it's not really the mind that decides what we can and cannot have. It is your nervous system that is this portal to miracles. And the more it can handle, the more you can receive. The ideas that start in your imagination, they already exist, but it's your human vehicle that kind of prevents it from happening. And you know that the anxiety you're feeling day to day is the one thing that prevents you from staying in the end, in the wish fulfilled. And that is the only problem. I am an emotional mastery coach, and I will show you in this video how you can rewire your nervous system to accept the things that you want. With this simple practice of re-embodiment, you know that the only issue in manifestation for you is the anxiety you feel. And today we are getting rid of it. Because manifestation should be an enjoyable process of, conscious creation and growth. We are manifesting all the time, and the only reason why certain things manifest with almost zero effort and others, in spite of our efforts, are not, is your nervous system. Because nervous system is literally your subconscious mind, but in this body, and it always reacts first. So you don't really have to know why you are upset in order to get rid of the underlying emotion. You don't need to know why your nervous system is freaking out to resolve the feeling you're having. And instead of asking why, we are asking where in our body. So you don't need to uncover your childhood trauma or all the subconscious vulnerabilities, or to get to the bottom of your sad story. We all have a sad story, so it's time to move on from it. All you need to do is to feel what is here with this unconditional kindness. This alone already communicates to your nervous system that all is well, that you are safe, that you are handling things, and that they are not going to harm you and threaten your survival in any way. This gives you this confidence in yourself and resilience, and that what you feel right now is just temporary short-term hiccups. You can feel anxious and still be successful. You've manifested a lot of things while being anxious. I used to think that I have to be cool and relaxed with everything I do that is outside of my comfort zone. And if I'm not, then somehow I am less than the people who achieve more. That maybe it's just not for me, that I'm not strong enough. But it's completely unrealistic. How could I be okay with something that I've never done before? You can still be stressed on your job interview, even though you know your stuff. It's a natural response that doesn't have to, impact any of our outcomes. I demanded from myself to always be cool and breezy even about, for example, when I started coaching people. Something I've never done before, but I knew I wanted to help people to feel better with themselves and with their lives. I looked at the executives and the TV performers, actors, and even athletes being so calm while achieving so much beyond average human capabilities. And these people seem to me like some sort of higher beings. Like, are we even the same species? But it turns out that actors throw up before important performances, TV performers as well. Athletes feel so much stress and anxiety that they visualize worst case scenarios to kind of deactivate the fears, to like remove the emotional effects of what they're feeling, to not, affect their performance before the big competitions. So stress isn't bad. It's natural and it's human. It is a response that is rooted in our survival, and it's always meant to be short-lasted. And anxiety is a response to the openness of our experience, because we don't know what's going to happen. So anxiety is kind of normal in this situation, in any situation really. But we don't have to let it define us. So we can do anything in spite of fear, with fear, and sometimes thanks to fear. So if you're feeling anxiety and stress in your manifestation journey, it's not that you're doing something wrong. It's there as a human response because you're doing something new. You are expanding. And you can keep going with that fear when you learn how to handle it. So emotions are highly interpretive, and very often something that we use as a description of what we're feeling is really an umbrella term for the collection of different body sensations. For example, you may say that you are stressed, overwhelmed, rejected, feeling abandoned. Many people claim to feel abandoned, but no person can point toward the actual sensation of abandonment. So you don't even need to know what you're feeling to let go of it, to let go of the emotional load, the feeling of lack, the feeling of desire, the feelings that block the flow of your manifestations. This is the practice of embodiment. But small note is that we are never truly disembodied because we are embodied beings. But our past experience has taught us to escape the body when we feel something that disturbs us. So that's why we need to re-embody. And we only have the interpretations and narratives about what we're feeling because we are living in this disembodiment. When you learn to say that I trust what I'm feeling, I know that it doesn't mean anything about my worth, about my future. I trust that it's here for a reason. You are really saying, I trust my life. I trust the universe because all is one and everything is you, really. So here's a simple practice of re-embodiment so that you can work with your nervous system and expand it to receive more. Number one is realize what you're feeling. You don't have to know exactly what you're feeling. You don't have to name it. Number two is to locate where in your body you're feeling. We are not asking why we're feeling something. We're asking where are we feeling it. And number three, realize what sort of sensation is this? Is it tightness, contraction, some kind of freeze, or heaviness, like feeling jammed, or maybe numb? Does it feel hard, like stuck energy somewhere, etc.? Number four is to allow this to be there for a few moments. Can you stay with the sensation without making it mean anything about your worth? So sit with it until you feel a temporary relief. And number five, does the sensation actually kill you when you're present with it? Does it harm you in any way? It is definitely unpleasant, but can you just allow the disturbance to just be? Does it also threaten your safety in this very moment? And a bonus, number six, is when you have this feeling, it may lead you to some story. It may lead you to some sort of interpretation. It may lead you to the inner child asking for something. And you can be there for this inner child, for this vulnerability. You can give it love and attention that it didn't get the first time and just allow it to soften because you've got this. And if there is a protector side of this feeling, you also say to this part, you don't have to have your guards up. I'm here. All is well. You can rest now. So the idea of this exercise is to leave the story and interpretations and come back to what's mostly true in this very moment, which is a feeling in your body. And just because I feel this way right now, it doesn't mean that my future is somehow jeopardized by this. And this practice, when persisted in, unlocks the flow. It builds your trust in yourself and your confidence and your resilience. Practice it daily, preferably forever, even if your manifestations start falling into your life. But we have to remove the fantasy of like that we are ever going to be free from anxiety and fear. This is impossible. This is the ego's job. And we just need to learn to deactivate its kind of effect on our life and our reaction to it. Because this is the state of trust and regulation when you get to start asking yourself what brings me joy, and you can actually, instead of managing yourself emotionally all the time, live. And this is the time of this peace and neutrality where the universe orchestrates everything for you in the background while you're enjoying your life and not worrying with feeling so much anymore. Can you regulate and trust that? Your nervous system is your portal to miracles. The more it can handle, the more you can receive and the more you manifest. And this approach of acceptance gives us the relief that we didn't even know we needed, because we stop being fragmented and we stop being at war with parts of ourselves that we disowned, that we deemed as problematic and unworkable. And we can feel all this with just this simple daily practice. And when we approach our life this way, our emotions this way, this is the path of acceptance and love. And this is what makes manifestation process enjoyable and not anxious. Your manifestation is much more fun if you can enjoy yourself and feel good even before your manifestations appear. And I know that this is the state that you want to live in. This is true liberation, that no matter what's going to happen, you know that you've got this. You're resilient and present with each moment, showing up open. And this process expands your capacity, your nervous system's capacity, more than any technique that you ever known. It expands you into holding more, receiving more, and multiplying. Embodied immediacy is not just the practice of feeling emotions and these sensations in our bodies. It's a capacity and ground from which we can investigate what we feel and just be present with the entirety of our being. And vulnerabilities that are the zone parts, but very important parts. You are building something important, and it takes really important aspects to build it. If you like this content, you may also enjoy my course, Nervous System Expansion for Manifesting. It's a course for people like you who want a safe practice of releasing your emotions from your body that block this flow of life. There are many practices that are somatic and mind-based, and a little bit about awareness as well. So if you're interested in something like that, you can find the links in the description. And you can watch this video next if you're feeling tired or feeling anxious and you're manifesting and you want to start feeling good instead.